Hey Dion.
Hi, Chris.
Hey Dion.
How are
Good
you?
evening. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine. Trying to settle in this quarantine situation,
Yeah,
lifestyle, routine.
yeah, I know. You look good. I love the tank top.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So how's your day been? How's your day been?
well, I woke up. I make
Yeah,
some breakfast. I
yeah,
went to the grocery store. It was my 2 day out,
yeah.
and I bought some stuff. I bought new roses today. This
Sweet, sweet.
and I read my book, ate lunch. I make some margaritas
Yeah,
now, and I'm thinking what to do
sweet.
for dinner. Cheers.
What do you what do you want to cook for dinner? What do you have in mind?
I was thinking some burger that I took yesterday from the
Yeah.
grocery store, but it's from plants. So
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
do that for dinner with some green salad, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice.
I guess these
Green salad.
days, due to the quarantine thing, everyone is cooking every.
Yeah, yeah. It is necessary, right? Because I mean, when you get to work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, how often do you clean? Maybe you clean your house on weekends, Saturday,
Yeah,
but
probably on
Saturdays are
Saturdays or
days that we have.
Sundays.
Saturdays are days that we have to rest. Yeah, or
Hi,
Sundays.
Elena.
But okay, when you work 5 days a week, you have
Uh,
to rest on these days. But then for when you work for 5 days, Saturday and Sunday, when you have to rest, you start cleaning the house again. So it takes a lot of energy from you. So right now it's just the time for us to clean everything. Every garbage that you have been keeping home. You can go through your luggages, your wardrobe, the kitchen, look at old stuff and throw them away. It's necessary, right?
yeah. Um, the thing is, as you
Yeah.
said, yeah, during the week, because you work, you have your schedule, you have your routine back in the time that we were having our routine basically in the program.
Mhm.
So you focus on that and you distract yourself with these activities, etc. And you focus on
Mhm.
your house on weekends and you spend your time
Mhm.
on you and your friends. But now with the quarantine thing,
Yeah.
because you have plenty of time, so you need to distract yourself. And to do that, you just do whatever feels right for you, whether that is cooking, cleaning,
Yeah.
and because you see also many people are in the social media the whole time during these days. So they will spend most time seeing what other people are doing so they can compare themselves with them and do same things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And talking about distraction, the only thing we have right now is like TV and our phones, you know. But there are other, I mean, there are other forms of distraction, but this is what we have. What else
No,
can
it's
we do?
not that just that, I guess. It depends on us what we want to see that we can distract ourselves. If we
Yeah.
can make an excuse that, oh, now because due to the isolation, I spend more time on social media, it's up to you. It's whether how you see things and how you interpret them and how you analyze them in your own mind. So whether it's a
Hmm.
phone, whether it's a laptop, whether it's a TV, whether it's house or plants or flowers or books, there's so many things to distract ourselves. but it's up to us. And sometimes, due to this isolation, we get more lazy because we just spend our time sitting on sofa or in bed watching Netflix. So, and we get bored of everything, and we're
Yeah.
going so lazy to do whatever they are gonna ask us to do or we think to do.
Yeah.
It's up to us to distract ourselves and stay focused on something.
Yeah.
And also, what I wanted to say before, because I saw your earlier live with Constantinos,
Yeah.
I wanted to say that, okay, um, we need to focus on the positive outcomes of the whole situation. And I think this situation uh, show us that we distract ourselves so many times back in the times into more materialistic stuff and to more into promoting our image. That's what we do in social media. I do it. Uh,
Yeah.
but with this isolation, we focus and reprioritize our values and to give priorities to things that matter most,
Yeah.
such as relations, friends, family,
Yeah.
something that we took for granted so long.
Hmm.
And now we just a simple explanation is that back in the time when someone asked us to go for a coffee, might skip it because we will say, "Oh, I prefer to go home. I'm so bored
Yeah.
to go out now." But now we think that no, we want to go out. We want just to go for a coffee and to see friends and whatever.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's, I mean, when you talk about distraction, Netflix and this these apps that we have, be it Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, these are some, I mean, they are sort of always present, you know, because when you turn around or when you wake up in the morning, I mean, the first thing you are seeing is not the sunshine. You don't look at the sunshine as something beautiful you should look up to. I mean, you don't look up to the sunshine or the sunset. You look up to waking up and looking at your phone's notification.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
true.
It's crazy how we came this far.
Well,
Because beauty,
basic.
yeah,
We know that sunset and sunrise will be there forever, I guess. So that's why we don't see them that often, and
yeah,
we took them from granted. So basically, every time we wake up, we're gonna check our phones. Maybe something new will came up, um, some gossip or some news about with the corona thing right now.
yeah,
So that's why we took for granted. I think we know that we can see the sunrise on sunset whenever we want to, and we will plan to. It's like
yeah.
what we do with parents and families.
Hmm. But I mean, when you said right now we should focus on, fundamental things as relationships with our friends, our families, and loved ones who are not living in our environment, well, away like in other countries. These are, I mean, for us, sorry about that. For us humans, this is the basic
Mhm.
structure of how we should live, in relation to the ones that you admire. They don't have to be celebrities or people who are not um, people whom you are not able to touch or to reach or to call or to text. It has to be around, as you just said, your family and everything. But still, we still miss them.
Mhm.
We still miss them, even though
Yeah.
they are close. We still miss them because we have our we focus on looking at different things that entertain us, but they don't better
Mhm.
our lives. They don't better our life a lot.
But think the outcome of this situation, the positive outcome, I guess. Due to this isolation, we see that those celebrities, entertainers, bloggers, Instagrammers, we are all facing the same situation. this is showing us that after all, we're all the same. We're facing the same situation. And these bring us all together and to give us new values in our life and to show us what are the things that matter most that
Mhm.
we forgot.
Yeah. But I mean, our values, do they change because something is happening like this, or do
We
we
change
stick to
them.
what? I mean, do we stick?
They don't change.
Yeah.
It's according to everyone's beliefs and their point of view have their own values. You
Yeah.
might prioritize as the biggest value of you your family or your religion or your country.
Hmm.
It it differs to
Yeah.
any case.
Yeah. So any case, but then when everything our parents taught us, how to how to value family and
Hmm.
how to value those that are in need of our help.
Hmm.
And sometimes, I mean, sometimes it changes. Sometimes you notice that if you are putting value in some other person's life, when you do that constantly, and you don't get feedback, you kind of feel like you are just giving everything away, and you're not receiving anything.
We need to be aware of one thing. We never do something for anyone. First of all, we do something because we feel this way. So
Yeah.
if we complain afterwards that I gave everything to this person and I get nothing in return, you need to be aware that you give it willingly. You didn't do something because they pressure you or they push you, you know? So
Hmm.
first of all, with whatever we do, it's because we feel this way and we want to feel okay with ourselves. Because afterwards, if we do otherwise, we're gonna feel bad about it, I guess. And
Yeah.
we'll feel that we didn't do as we felt at that moment.
Hmm. But sometimes we don't notice this. We don't
Yeah.
notice this, you know.
Because it's more easy to blame others instead to blame ourselves and admitting
Yeah.
that it's our fault that we let to give everything to the other person and not having
Yeah.
some in return. That's why, because we have so many expectations in many cases, and we expect that people will treat us the same way, and we're all the same, but we're so different. We're
Hmm.
all human beings from planet Earth, but we have different values, different opinions, different point of views. And in everyone's case, in their own brain and mind, they have their right.
Hmm.
And and for me, there is no right or wrong or good or bad. It's up to everyone's point of view, what is
Hmm.
good or bad or right or wrong, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone's point of view has sometimes it is different. You can write something and somebody comes to criticize it and say, this is not the way you should speak about this thing. But some other person will come to appreciate it and say, no, this is how a human is supposed to think. you
Yeah.
know so sometimes, I mean, criticism, if someone criticizes you, can you say this is negativity? And if somebody comes and say on that very thing that no, this is
No, I'm saying
something
again,
right.
we need to focus on the positive things. If someone come to you and say what you're saying is wrong, by the way, let's say hello to the people that are watching
Yeah,
and
yeah, I was going to
uh,
say that there was a lot. I was into
hello
the conversation.
everyone. We
Yeah.
have discussion here in many things. So if you
Yeah,
want to
I'm
leave your feedback or any comment or something, a question, just go ahead. So what I
yeah,
was
go ahead
saying,
and ask us. Yeah.
there is no everyone will criticize. Everyone there are supposed to have their own point of view. So if someone goes against of what you believe, it's not something that you need to focus on it and say, oh, that's bad. Why he said that? No, just focus. on that. You have your opinion, so focus on that and support it. If someone gonna judge it and say otherwise, it's up to you how you're gonna interpret it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how you're gonna give them some meaning. And you can discuss that and ask why you
Mm-hmm.
believe that I was wrong, why you're saying these things. And you
Mm-hmm.
need to be aware that everyone has a background. So don't judge before you know.
Yeah.
So if you're okay with yourself and you know what you're saying and you believe in yourself and you know who you are, you cannot accept everyone's opinion. You just know and
Mm-hmm.
move on.
Yeah. But
People
also
is
like,
always like this.
yeah, yeah. I mean, in a space where in a space where you are looking at the culture of where you are and the society of how things are turning around you, you know,
Mhm.
where you go to work, where you go for to hang out with your friends, when
Yeah.
you come back home, what happens home and what happens outside. These things, they kind of shape people's minds, you know, because home, I am with certain people that know who I am really, my ID, and how I react to things, and my character, and how I feel
They have an
in
impact on
certain,
you, of course.
yeah, 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 yeah. They do have an impact on me. Those were in my environment home. But when I step outside, I try to like,
Not
I,
showing what
I
is
want to
happening
make,
inside the
yeah, yeah,
house.
yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what is happening, you know. But deep in me, I know that no, this is, I am that person who is always home behaving like this. But outside, I'm trying to like, you know, I'm trying to separate my identity to be
Yeah.
just to please certain people, not because I want to separate my identity.
Well, when it comes to that, we all have our point of view. So we know what is right or wrong. Um, and we can hide things because we think that people won't approve or we don't approve them. So we won't show them around. Also,
Hmm.
I'm gonna give you a simple example. When you're in a relationship and you're not faithful to that relationship and you have hookups around, etc.,
Yeah,
you're not gonna say about it, right? Because you
yeah,
know that it's wrong. So sometimes we hide things because we know that it's wrong, but we don't want to admit them. And also, most of the times, what for things that we're capable of doing, we're afraid of others' judgment because we know and how we're gonna judge those things.
yeah.
So according to how I'm gonna judge this thing, I think everyone will gonna judge it that way. So that's what we are afraid of.
Hmm. So I would rather choose to to accept someone's judgment of me as my identity rather than taking
You don't have
myself,
to
you know.
accept. You just listen. If you're gonna adapt,
Yeah.
it's up to you. And you know what is better for you or not, according to how you feel. So
Hmm.
as long as you feel better with yourself, you do
Hmm.
that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but right now everyone's life everyone's life influences the other person because you look at the space that we are in. It's like there are structures, you know, there are structures whereby there's a physical structure where is your environment, is where you stay and where you go to work, and as I said, and where you come back. And then there is another structure which is social media. But
Mhm.
which one is more important? Is it social media? Should I be more should I try to like make my appearance on social media to be more appeasing rather than when I am in the physical structure, the natural
Yeah,
environment.
you do what make you feel better. I think social media, some people will say, oh, I don't like social media because it's so much, there's so much fake people and showing off. But I would say another thing.
Yeah.
In the back times, people, they have the habit of going out without some specific clothes. Oh, you don't need to show your legs, or you need to be to be all dressed, hiding many parts of your body, like in many countries in nowadays that happening right now, and we judge that they are so behind in times that they think the wrong way. So the right way is to go out how you feel better with yourself. So in our days, social media is a fact. If you want to be a part of this world, you have to be in social media and
Yeah.
keep up with that and be updated with that. If you don't want
Hmm.
to, it's your option as well.
Yeah.
You choose. So if you want that, you don't have to judge the others that they do otherwise. You need to adapt and accept that. That what make us that what make us different, and
Hmm.
that what make us individuals and perfect, I guess.
Yeah.
Perfect
Yeah. Perfect. Somehow. Because,
somehow. Yeah.
yeah, somehow, when I say somehow, it's like even social media itself. I mean, even the words, social media, it is it is like you are socializing in by channeling, by distributing a certain message of yourself. You are like you are you are sending out a message that comes from yourself out there.
Hmm.
I'm trying to let certain people know that this is the message I want to put out there. So my media, my social media, my profile on Instagram is basically how I want my life to be seen.
Hmm.
But I don't want to get that appreciation. I don't want to get appreciated for it for trying to, like, I mean, it's like it's like prophets. For instance, let's talk a little bit about religion. Let's try to, like, bring it to this to really religious. Should a prophet preach a message and expect appreciation or likes, gifts and all of that?
Let's just see it in another way.
Yeah.
You're going on a date, right?
Yeah.
You're talking with a girl. You're gonna promote yourself as the best version of you, right?
Yeah.
At the first date. You're gonna show how perfect you are, how kind you are, how sweet you are, how thoughtful you are. That's how it is in social media. You don't expect much, just you expect appreciation.
Yeah.
That's all. That is how things are in social media, I guess. You promote yourself, you show the best version of yourself, just people to see that you put your effort to promote the best of you. Also, what they want to see is something that they can compare themselves with, that they are alike. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I do that a lot as well. Oh, I wear that. I have the same clothes. So people compare themselves with what they see and what they know.
Mm-hmm.
If they saw something that they like or something new, much better, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's what our social media, I guess. It's like
Yeah.
going on a date on first dates. You promote yourself as the best version. Then if you see the appreciation and that they accept what they see and they like and they want to go deeper, then you have to go deeper. Because most of the time, everyone is being judged from their covers. So if you want to judge my cover from my Instagram, who basically they're gonna tell whatever they want, and you don't want to go deeper and know the person and the owner of this Instagram, so don't go. But if you want to go, you will see there is more things there to see, not just the cover, not just the image and the photos and the clothing, etc. You're gonna see captions as well, which people are being more motivated to continue, according to our case in these times, to continue that to these days, to be positive and believe that better days will come.
Yeah, yeah. For instance, I look at your page, I mean, from the first time that I started to get to know you, I look at your page and I know
Just be
he,
honest. First, we talk and we have like how many hours of conversation?
I mean, we have been talking for the past days for hours,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, we
yeah.
always
And
speak.
then you saw my page.
Yeah, and then I saw your page.
So it will be different, I think, when you will first see my page and then have the discussion.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hmm.
You're right. Yeah. So basically, I see your page, and then I there's an impression I get from it because of what I think you should be. Because I look at because I think this is how we are, right? You look at somebody's page, and then the impression you get is how you look at them. It's not necessarily how they are, you know
Hmm.
so maybe what I am portraying is not who I really am, but also maybe maybe I don't know who I am. I'm not accepting that I'm not accepting my DNA. Like this is my DNA. This is how Chris should behave. This is what you should be showing now. So
Hmm.
it might get confusing a little bit. Social media might get a little bit confusing because some
You're
people are
not
out
showing
there.
something that you aren't. You're
Yeah.
showing just a specific part of yourself. It's not something fake. It's not something a lie. It's a part of you, the best version of you, as you
Yeah.
think that people will accept it. It's not something that you are not.
Hmm.
Don't think that it's a lie or it's not in my DNA. It is in everyone's DNA. They don't just, well, if you just put photos of someone else, yes, then it's a lie. It's a fake profile, yes. But
Yeah.
uh, yeah, as Mirtoperi says, it's a filter version. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because everyone is filtering everything
Yeah.
according to their point of view. And they adapt according to everyone else who are in Instagram, how they show themselves. So putting those filters to promote themselves as well.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But when we look at your page, when we look at Dion's page,
Yeah.
I mean, it is basically is amazing. Besides, and also
Thank you.
my impression was like you you have something to do with you know Le Monde um, how can I say it? The wall of fashion. Okay, it has to do with the wall of fashion.
Yeah.
What you are doing, but also it is not because the word fashion exists. It's because in your DNA you know how to put certain clothes together to look good.
It's according to everyone's
So,
lifestyle
so
and point of
yeah,
styling and uh, point of view, I guess. It's if you want to wear something and you feel okay with it and you feel the best version of you and you feel that, it gonna shows.
yeah,
If you're gonna see something that I wear and you liked it and you're gonna wear it, because many people think that clothes are the one who made the person. No, the person are the one who makes the clothes. Literally, we make the
right, you're right.
clothes.
Yeah,
So we wear
yeah,
them. We give them value.
yeah,
Hello, mi
yeah.
amor, mi kumarita. My kumera was joined to the live.
Sweet, 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 sweet. So, Perry says, I guess what's difficult is deciding which parts of you want to share.
Yeah.
When I think when you talk about parts, all right,
Uh,
we have okay, we for example, we have something we call Instagram models, right?
orders. Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram models,
Ah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and basically it has to do with women. Okay, imagine you have you have you have hundreds of thousands of young women looking at Instagram models, and they're like, this is that I want to identify with an Instagram model. But what is an Instagram model?
Well, it is
Is it
someone or he or she who promote themselves through Instagram, and an agency found them through Instagram,
yeah,
and those agencies, they will give them to castings for several um, companies for promoting their products through Instagram. Those are Instagram models, like influencers. It's
yeah,
basically the same thing. They
yeah,
promote lifestyle, probably. Yes,
yeah,
lifestyle.
yeah,
Lifestyle. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what our
Some of
Instagram
them,
model.
yeah, so some of them promote lifestyle and diet and fitness. All right, but
Or accessories, or clothes,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything.
All right,
Traveling,
yeah, you're right.
whatever you can imagine.
Mhm. Some women want to identify with Instagram models, not because of what they do, not because of what they are doing to earn money, but because of how they present their bodies.
Yeah, you know about that. Everyone knows about that. What do we do about that? You want to adapt that? It's up to you. You don't want to adapt that? Also, it's up to you. Don't judge whatever you can understand in a negative
Yeah.
way. You can have your opinion, but keep it to yourself. If you don't want to adapt that, and you're saying, oh, they promote the skin body, okay, they promote that. You know that is wrong, so don't adapt it. It's up to you. You don't have to criticize and say, oh, I'm not just saying that is right or wrong. It's up to everyone's what is right
Mhm.
and wrong. That's what I want to say. Or, okay, they can promote more fat bodies. Now they have models uh, with no the appropriate you know, weight, like
Yeah.
um, in many fashion shows. So as I was saying, it's up to everyone's plus size models. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you,
Hmm.
Mirtoperi. Yeah. So it's up to you what you want to adapt and accept, but you
Yeah.
don't have to criticize in a negative way. You can have your opinion, but say it in a respectful way, because what everyone is doing is not doing it against someone else's freedom and their will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 I understand. Um, Mommy Yami says, first of all, we love ourselves and then we expect the interest of our followers. Sometimes, or most of the times, people aren't able to discover the real inside, fabulous people. Okay,
Exactly.
when
Mary.
yeah, exactly.
Hello,
When
Mary.
yeah, when people are not able to discover the real inside fabulous people, is
Hmm.
is simply because like, look, we need we need relationships. We do. Friends, family, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, and husband. This we need it. Why? Because we are built with emotions and feelings, that are driven, that are supposed to be that we have to share them physically with another human that is present in our environment physically. But when we try to like put everything out there on this social media thing, which is not really quite physical, sometimes we kind of like lose, or we kind of forget what is true feeling and what is emotion. you know, because when I get, if I post a photo and I expect likes, I mean, that feeling when I get a like,
Hmm.
I can't get that feeling every day unless I post a photo. So if I keep expecting or if I keep wanting to make good content or good photos to get likes, just to feel that, I mean,
Appreciation.
what then do I become? You know, I become a slave for a machine or a slave for Instagram. Not expecting a real emotion, a real feeling anymore, but just expecting some likes.
No, it is still an emotion. You have expectations. You want to be recognized, to have an attention. It's like you're writing an article or a book and you public it to several public agency or something.
Mm-hmm.
You expect to have some recognition, some attention through that. And people will comment, give feedback on that. That's what happened with our photos in social media. You expect some appreciation that people, everyone knows that, I guess, who are in Instagram. How many photos we take to have the one perfect one? We might get like 100 or 200 photos, and then we choose the perfect one, we filter it, put the perfect caption that we think that will give some emotion, some motivation or whatever, or to share the feeling of that moment. And then we expect some appreciation that people who see that I gave effort to that photo, to style myself, to show an emotion, to take the perfect picture and to show it to everyone, and everyone will see and change their feeling on that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone will be at home depressed, sitting on a couch, doing nothing, and be on social media. Many of us in our days during quarantine time, we see TikTok. Why? Because TikTok, there's so many funny videos. It makes you forget. You spend your time there and you change your emotions like that because you see a video, because you saw a photo. That what social media can give you also. Don't focus on negative aspect of social media. It's up to you what you're gonna adopt
Yeah.
and how you're gonna interpret it. If you're gonna say that social media is the worst thing that happened in our days, it focus people on a phone or a display. Kids are not the same way that it used to be. They're not going out. They're not sociable. No, they are sociable. They're even more sociable than we were used to be because now they can talk with everyone around the world, not just the ones that they are in their neighborhoods. Also, because of social media as well, and because we have the technology, we're focusing on that and we're not going out. People who were used to go out, they might have other impacts and negative impacts as well, like drugs, smoking, alcohol. Everything can happen everywhere, even in social media, even in real life. Again, it's up to you what you're gonna adopt and what you're gonna get in your life and
Yeah.
accept.
Yeah. But I mean, as humans, growing up, going to school is because we want to gain knowledge, right? And information
Hmm.
because we want to learn something. And and then when you go through school, you learn certain things.
Hmm.
But also you not only learn about the extent of life. When I say the extent of life, I mean some certain things that are separate from school. Not the specific things that you go to learn. If you want to be a lawyer, you go to learn specific courses about law. You want to be an administrative director of a bank, you go to learn finances and accounts. But at the X out of that, we get full knowledge when we tend to live certain experiences that do not end up um, that do not end up as we want. You know, we move, we meet people And then we go into relationships that sometimes they are for our best interest, but sometimes we get offended by certain people, and then we tend to learn from these mistakes, you know.
Hmm.
But okay, when we no longer go through these natural experiences to learn naturally about how people function, and we focus on, you know, the aspects of, or what we see on social media, people fighting, because sometimes we see this, we see trends, we see that something is trending, and then we look at it and we say, okay, these people were fighting over this, and then we want to comment on it. But you cannot experience. Can you learn from that? Is it, there's a difference? You know what I'm trying to say is like there's a difference. Trying to
It's a new
learn.
experience,
Yeah,
having
yeah,
new
yeah,
experience, and you adapt.
yeah, and you
Well,
adapt.
but also maybe from having a good or a bad experience might have a good impact or a bad impact. It's up to you how you're gonna adapt. Again, it's up to
Yeah,
everyone's way of thinking and giving meaning to everything.
yeah,
Again.
yeah. But the best, to me, there are ways in which we can, you know, we can learn and then have a a broad knowledge of how life is, which is interacting, and then
Hmm.
interacting and making errors. You know, just keep interacting and making errors. Not trying to find that I want to be perfect. I want to go out, and then if I step into a restaurant and I meet new people, I want to look good. I want to present, you know, I want to be good. No,
Yes.
you can make errors there. You have to
Hmm.
make errors. You have to think about making errors.
Because you need to be perfect, be
Yeah,
better. That's what everyone is looking in social media,
yeah,
interactions with everyone. So that's why you promote yourself in a perfect way. So you're gonna have some interactions, appreciations.
yeah, yeah.
And as Mary say here, the way of thinking is the way of
It's
life.
the way of life.
Exactly, exactly. It's up to everyone's mind how
Yeah.
gonna interact with everyone, how they gonna interpret this interaction, how they gonna adapt this interaction with the rest of the world.
Hmm. And then every day in our lives right now, we are kind of wondering. We are kind of wondering what next. You know, what are we gonna do after if there is a cure? If there's a cure for the virus, how is life gonna
Hmm.
be like after? Because
You
it's
don't
like
have to know
something
after.
came. What?
People
Yeah, something
are
came after
more
the
like,
entire planet.
yeah, that's true. And that also make us cooperate better and show us that we are humans and we're all the
Yeah,
same and that we live in planet Earth and not think about that and not to think the future of that.
yeah,
Focus that, okay, we're facing this case right now. What do we do about it? Are we gonna still complain about the measures or how things gonna escalate or what do the doctors and nurses or the government are doing? Focus on you. What are you doing about that? How you deal with that to make a better world. So most of the time, the easiest way we choose is to complain about someone's fault or how things will be different. Nothing is for sure. You don't know how things will be better in any case. So focus on you. What do you do about that?
yeah,
You don't like this situation? Change it, but in your own way. Don't try to convince everyone that is wrong what the rest of the world is doing. And now people are coming with many point of views of like there's so conspiracy theories about this, the whole situation. Okay, I accept that. It might be a truth behind all this situation. Um, but the truth is that we are facing a virus. We see people dying. We see hospitals, nurses, doctors working so many hours, police people doing all these patrols to put the people inside their home, because people, they don't listen and they don't adapt, because they want to go against that. Why to go against that? To
Yeah.
something that they're supposed to protect you. We see these things happening, people dying, people getting sick, and more people are getting sick,
Yeah.
and the hospitals are full. This is a truth that we're facing. So see that is a fact. It's a reality. So whether is there a conspiracy theory behind that, it's not up to us and what we do about that. If you want to believe that there is a conspiracy theory, so okay, what do you do about that? And what do you do to protect yourself and your family? I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. I mean, it came out of the blue, you know.
Yeah.
It happened. I mean, but the thing is, how could it have been going on for, let's say, the media says, and the articles that I read, they said, okay, the virus began in China, yes, of course, in Wuhan, and then it was in December, but we are in March, and it, I mean, is affecting the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
How come in January and February, no America or Germany or France, they weren't reporting anything.
No, they reported everything for China, but everyone was like, okay, is it China? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect us. It affects us when it came to our country. And now we're facing it. So now we became one because everyone is facing it. That's the best impact of this. I'm not in favor of this virus, but there's so many positive impacts of the whole situation. Due to that, we became one and we care about everyone now. And we see that in Italy, it goes like hell, and hope
Yeah,
it won't in Spain as well. And that's why we are more aware of that.
yeah,
So that's why they didn't promote that in social media that much when it was in China, because they thought it is something that it doesn't affect us for now.
hmm,
Because we're selfish. Everyone is selfish. Everyone will think themselves. It's like you're in a neighborhood, okay? If, as you said before, when you go out of your house, you're not going to show your problems that you have in your house, because you know deep in you that people don't care about your problems that are happening in your house. Exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the same case happens with the countries, I guess. My
Hmm.
point of view. I'm not saying that I'm right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it
Hmm.
must have been I mean, it must have been a virus that was available for a long time. I mean, it just didn't decide to come whenever it wanted.
Here, I'm back. There was
Okay,
poor
sorry about that.
connection.
I was trying to say the virus must have been for a long time around. You know, it just didn't decide to show up and then say, okay, now it's time for me to go on a rampage. Because when you were talking about conspiracy
Conspiracy theory.
theories,
Yeah.
yeah, conspiracy theories, there's always going to be, whenever there is something like this that affects the entire world or a certain continent, there is always some people who come to like distort information. You know, they want to change the information because it's knowledge. It's like knowledge is just basically power. If I know something that you don't know, I hold a certain information, And if you
They're
don't know
gonna
this,
expose.
yeah. So for me, to hold a certain ground, I have to keep this information to myself. I don't have to share
Well,
it.
well, conspiracy theories, as you said, information is power. So, what are their power of these conspiracy theories that people they don't know? So their power is that everyone is in their own world. They don't know how things works. They don't know what they have planned for everything. So they do that under the table.
Yeah.
So if people know, we think that it would be that easy to let us know about this, or it's just a way of social media, information, TV to promote themselves and get more viewers by showing these conspiracy theories, because we people like these things, and to doubt about our governments and how people and how government treat and try to give a solution to the whole case. Don't just accept what people are telling you. Filter them and adopt things that with your own personality, experiences, and way of thinking is more right. Don't just accept what people are telling you. Filter them. It's up to you. Information, if you have a specific thing that you want to look in the web, you can find several information about that.
Several categories.
Exactly, and many points of views. So filter them and adapt what you think is right more for you.
Yeah.
That is what happened with the conspiracy theories as well, I guess.
All right, Ro, just give you 1 minute. I'll be back.
Sure.
Entertain the followers.
So, people who are still here, I guess, give me your points of views, how you think about the corona things affect us, and about these conspiracy theories. What do you believe? And Mirto Petty, you're totally right. The conspiracy theory unfortunately doesn't change the reality of the virus. Exactly what I'm saying. And Mary also, let's fire our comfort zone. People, let's build a new world. It's in our hand. It's not easy to change our comfort zone.
You were said it's not easy to change our comfort zone. Yeah, it's not easy when we get used to one environment in one place and one means of or as one lifestyle.
Exactly.
We don't look at another culture as an option to live and to experience it. Because we think maybe it's bad, or or it comes from a continent that I don't have to go there.
It's not that it's bad. We think that it's bad because whatever we don't know and we're not aware and it's something new, it's in our DNA, I guess, to be afraid of the new, of something that we don't know. Like when we're gonna change our work and go to a new one, we always worry about that and we're afraid. Even the job that we're going to do now is something that we really like, but instead it is something new. It's a new environment. There are new people that you don't even know. They're strangers. So people, we're used to afraid of the new, something that we're not aware.
Yeah. Well, the beauty of going, I mean, there's a beauty in in wanting to challenge yourself to go somewhere that you're not aware of, you know, somehow I mean, for me, I mean, there's a statement in French, it says like, au fond de l'inconnu se trouve du nouveau. Like at the bottom of the unknown is something new. You know, there is always something new when where you're afraid to go to,
Hmm.
because you think that maybe nothing good is going to come out of it.
Yes, because you don't know the outcome. You don't know
Yeah,
about it. That's
yeah,
the whole thing. Uh, let's say like war. Everyone is afraid of war because we know that there is a really negative impact, deaths, poverty, and so many other negative things that come. But also because
yeah,
you don't know how it's gonna end, how it's gonna escalate. There are so many impacts and um, things that will impact the whole world thing. Maybe you know that you're gonna win the war, but you're not sure about that and how
yeah.
the consequences of that and the outcome. In every case, what is unknown is also a, a reason to fear, for fear.
Yeah, yeah. But somehow like taking that risk and is somehow like is one of the games of life, you know, taking that risk and wanting to try to push that adrenaline, just to
Mm.
test it, you know, just to go further. Because guys who take risks and they go for risky sports, I mean, it's not because they think they think they think riding um, a MotoGP, I mean, a bicycle in the desert, you won't be able to break your leg. They know somehow that something bad might come out of this. But that you know
Yeah, it
that
depends in
adrenaline
everyone.
of, yeah, they still want to
Some
face it.
people,
They want to do it.
some people are more interested in more mysterious, dangerous, risky, unknown things.
Yeah.
And some others, they're more like in being in their comfort zone and do what they know best.
Hmm.
It's up to the person, what kind of person, as L. Dionysius says.
I don't know
It
what he's
depends.
saying. I think that's Spanish. Que lindo el de agua. I don't know what L is
No,
saying.
no, above that. It
Okay.
depends
El
what kind
Dionis.
of
It depends
person
what
you
kind of
are.
person you are, risk taker
Taker or risk averse.
or risk adverse. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're right. It depends what kind of person you are. Because to accept that challenge, it's like you. Sometimes you sit and then life presents itself with certain challenges. You know, I mean, it's not like it's you against someone. It's you against a challenge that life has just given you. And then you
Hmm.
either look at it and say, okay, I have to face this and see what life has for me in the other side, or I should just stay in my comfort zone and be happy. So it's about that risk taker. It's about going for it and being the person that we are. But right now the world is about just taking the risk, you know, and just living your best and doing whatever you want to do. And yeah, expecting for the best.
Everyone
That
wants
is,
the best, I guess.
yeah, everyone wants the best. All right, Ro is going to be off in 40 seconds, I think. It was nice talking to you, man, my man.
Yeah, me too.
It was
So
lovely.
thanks everyone for watching, I guess.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I
And
hope we
I
do this
hope,
again sometime.
yeah, sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, we're
Take
gonna do this.
care, stay home, stay safe.
Yeah, yeah. All right. See you. Talk to you
Bye.
soon. Bye bye.
Bye, bye.